What is up, everyone? It's WKS Weather here with yet another weather forecast video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the upcoming major ice storm. We're going to be going in depth to show you guys when and where you can see the worst impacts from this storm. Now, before we get started, I do want to apologize if you guys hear any background noise. My fan on my PC is really acting up. There's nothing I can really do about it yet because I have to take it to the shop to get it fixed, and I can't really do that because I need to get videos out. So, with that being said, I do apologize in advance if it is too noisy. I will try my best to fix it in editing, but yeah, so without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so first things first, we're going to take a look at the current watches and warnings from the National Weather Service as of this morning. Obviously, we have this huge area here outlined in blue. You guys are going to be in a winter storm watch, which will most likely eventually be upgraded to a winter storm warning. So the storm is about 48 hours out from the area in the winter storm watch. If you were in the pink area, you were in a winter storm warning, which basically means you have under 24 hours to go for the storm to start giving you impacts such as snow, sleet, ice. If you were in the purple, you were in a winter weather advisory, which basically is the tier below a winter storm warning, and basically you shouldn't get more than 4 inches of snow if you're in the winter weather advisory. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some models. Alright, so going ahead and taking a look at the latest NAM 12-kilometer run. This is the 12Z run. We can see here 11 a.m. today, not really much happening. The storm really hasn't even developed now. You can see this moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, which is going to basically be fueling our storm. If we skip ahead here to about 7 p.m. or 11 p.m. tonight, actually, you can see this line of snow, wintry mix, and rain form in the central United States. And then as the day goes on and we move to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, you can see the line just expand, basically go across the entire country, even into parts of Canada. Now, if we take a look here and zoom in on the south central United States, this is Texas, basically. You can see we have this area here of sleet, ice, just sloppy weather precipitation going from northern Texas, central Texas, Oklahoma, and even further north than that. Now, this is one of the biggest concerns with this storm. The snow, it's going to be a good amount of snow, like a moderate, decent amount of snow, but the biggest concern is the ice. Now, if you see here, the large area of ice just sits over Texas, sits there, and eventually does move out. Now, in terms of snow totals for Texas, we could see anywhere from, parts over here getting, maybe not really a lot out of it, maybe half a foot in some spots in that circle. Then if you go to the east, you have this line here, this huge area here of possibly up to 2 feet of snow. So if we take a look now, I know another thing that is very good with this storm, Illinois, Indiana, you guys have gotten almost nothing this winter for snow. And if you look at the latest model guidance, look at how much snow you're going to get. That's really going to fix your winter. You guys could get up to 1.5 feet of snow in these areas that have not gotten anything. So I will throw up some pictures right now on the screen of the latest ice accumulation for places like Texas and other places where the storm will impact the most with ice. So I will throw those up on the screen right now. Now, taking a look at the long range of the storm, the GFS model really has it going. It's been trending a bit colder in the Northeast. If you guys remember yesterday, or probably the day before that actually, the Northeast, most of New Jersey and New York City had actually had rain. So taking a look here, you can see it's much colder. Now, if you take a look at the upper air, you can see basically what's happening here is we have this cold air coming down from Canada, and we have this high pressure out in the Atlantic. Now, depending once again on how flat and how weak the high in the Atlantic becomes, the cold air could push down further and could influence the storm to turn more into a snow event for the Northeast. Now, keep in mind, this is not 100% going to happen, but we need the cold air to come down quicker. So obviously you can see here, you have your cold air influence, you have your high in the Atlantic, and you have your frontal system here. Now, a lot of things have to kind of line up for this. This is why this forecast for the Northeast, at least, is very uncertain. So Northeast will definitely nail you guys down tomorrow. Today, probably not, because I'm going to wake up tomorrow and this model is going to look completely different. So I don't want to say anything, but Northeast right now, it's looking like mainly a wintry mix north of I-95, some ice as well. And then if you go north of the Hudson Valley and to the northwest, to the northeast, mainly snow. So in terms of snowfall from the GFS model. As you can see, it's basically the same. You have this pocket here of a foot or more in Texas, then you have this huge area here of spots that could see a foot or more of snow, and spots that haven't really seen anything this winter. So that is a good thing for some of you. Now we are going to switch to a different forecasting website here for a second, just because Tropical Tidbits, which is the other website I use, does not have this forecast layer on it. So if you look at here, this is the total accumulated freezing rain in inches, basically. So you see this huge area here. Oops, let me fix that. This huge area in central United States through northwest Tennessee. You guys can see we have this very thin line of very heavy accumulation of freezing rain. Now, keep in mind, this could be a mix of ice, sleet. It is mostly going to be sleet, but in the heaviest and the darkest blues, or the lightest blues rather, that you see there, that's where you could get your most amount of ice accumulation. So I will leave some links down below in the description for the latest National Weather Service offices for these areas that could get a lot of ice. So if you guys want to go ahead and check that out to get a more local forecast, go ahead and do so. Now, on the northeast, obviously, you can see we have another area here of ice and freezing rain that could probably cause a lot of problems if this is right. Now, keep in mind, northeast forecast is a lot more trickier than the southeast forecast for this storm. So please keep that in mind. This is not 100% certain for the northeast. I'd say up past this line and north is really where the most uncertainty is right now, so anything could change. Now, going back to the Tropical Tidbits GFS model, you can see behind this cold front, we have this very cool Arctic air that's going to be dragged across basically all the United States. So you can see it is well above average here in the northeast and in the eastern United States, but as this cold front moves through, you can see how this Arctic air gets pulled through, and that's going to be causing probably a lot of freezing. If you were getting rain from this storm, a lot of that rain is going to freeze over because there's going to be some really cool temperatures right behind that. So if you take a look at the actual temperatures here, you can see now Texas, I know a few weeks ago or a few days ago I said you're going to get an extreme freeze. It is still looking that it's going to be freezing, but it's not going to be as bad as we thought. I maybe some places would reach below 0 in Texas, but it's not likely at this point. Model guidance has trended on the warmer side. However, it is still going to be cold. But if you take a look up here at the north central United States, you can see we have freezing temperatures here, below 10 below 0 rather, probably even further down than that, probably 20 below 0. You can see during the day here, it doesn't even break 20 degrees. Some places do, but it's very unlikely. And same thing with the northeast here. A lot of places, maybe even New York City, will have trouble breaking past 20 degrees during the day. So yeah, you can just see this cold air is going to kind of sit there. You have -1 temperatures here. Now, in terms of wind chill, I don't think that's going to be that big of a problem, because if we take a look at the 10-meter wind here, it's going to be generally calm, so wind chill will not be that big of a problem. And there is our next storm system that we're going to talk about later this week, but I'm not going to get into that yet. So, zooming back out once again here, you can see this is going to affect a lot of people. Now, the southern forecast, the southern central United States forecast, you guys really, this is when you need to start worrying about this storm, especially if you were in the pink area. I definitely keep an eye on this, and I definitely start preparing. Once again, consult with your National Weather Service at local office. That's really the best thing you can do for stuff like this. So, with that being said, that is going to be pretty much it for the video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe. Leave any questions you have down below in the comments, and I will make sure to upload another update tomorrow and probably the day after that, and then we will go ahead and talk about our next storm system. So yeah, with that being said, stay safe and peace out.